You are listening to the Workbench After Hours podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to the Second Amendment, where we talk about firearms, everything that's going on in the gun community, and we even try a different whiskey every week.
On this week's episode, we talk about YouTube and how we got censored. So, thank you. And we're here trying, what is that? David Nicholson Reserve. And we talk about New Mexico and their state of emergency for mental illness. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the Workbench After Hours. This is episode 87, and today we're drinking David Nicholson Reserve. So, kind of scared about it because it is a rye, and it says it's been extra aged for smoother and more full-bodied flavored. This fine bourbon offers a distinct spicy taste, with the character and quality of experts from the David Nicholson brand. It's 100 proof.
Yep.
So let's see what we get on the nose.
Yeah, I cannot find how long that extra aged is. It doesn't say. Could be 5
days,
years.
30 days.
4 years and 5 days.
Yeah.
Extra. Yeah, so who knows? This was actually pretty cheap. It was on sale. I think it retails in the 30s.
Okay.
But I found it for like half of that. Because this liquor store, Lucas, will have some just randomly half off.
Okay.
Like I bought a bottle of Duke. That's the
Yeah.
usually it's $40. It's on sale for like 20.
Wow.
So I bought that, so that'll be coming on here pretty soon too. So yeah, this is a rye, like you said. Kind of a darker color.
Yeah, it is darker. Man, I get
Vanilla, caramel, and spice.
spice and then proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little yep.
Little
right
tingly.
there. Got it right there. Yeah, you definitely get that proof.
Yeah, you can definitely get the vanilla and spice. A little bit of proof.
Oakiness, yeah. All right, I bet you it's not that bad. We'll see. Corn, rye, and barley, the ingredients. We don't have a mash bill.
The back end's kind of weird because you get that spice, but then it's got like a really sweet honey almost flavor, or like a sugar.
Mm-hmm.
It's like real sugary on the back end.
Yeah, it's supposed to get a smooth, spicy, sweet honey, and a hint of chocolate. I don't get a hint of chocolate. I never do, though.
Get the spice, and then you get that sweet honey on the back end.
Yeah, a little bit. Makes your tongue tingle a little bit.
I'm not picking up any chocolate.
It's not bad for the price.
No, definitely. This would be a good winter drink because of how spicy it is.
Yeah, but still pretty good.
It's not bad.
Higher proof.
It's different, just the back end, because usually you just get that overwhelming spice, and this has that little, like, you get the spice, but it's like that sweet honey, sugar.
I would say this one would be more on the entry level.
Yeah, I would probably say that too. I mean, it's unique.
Mm-hmm.
Usually ryes are going to have your spice, like we've always said, but I wish they really told you how long this extra age
Right?
is.
Probably not that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't see it often.
Yeah, I never saw it, and I walked in, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I've had it sitting in here forever on the bottom shelf of that globe, and figured, well, let's open it.
Yeah.
So I was trying to go through, I'm like, I got some expensive ones I don't want to open yet.
Yeah, I got a lot of those too.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. Let's try it, see what it does. And it's not bad. Starting to get that burn in the chest.
Yep. Put the hairs back on your chest.
Now that we put it on ice, probably gonna sweeten it up, get rid of that spice.
Yeah, probably.
So the back end, you know how it was sweet. I'm sure that'll be
I think it'll bring it out a lot more.
yeah.
I'll be shocked if it doesn't.
So we'll put that on ice and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we get censored this week from YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube, why are you censoring us? What about our First Amendment? Jeez.
So if you guys didn't catch our episode last week, Chris and I put out a podcast, and most of it was gun related. But then we had a segment where we kind of talked about the upcoming election and what's starting to make a comeback in the news. You kind of guess what that is. Has to do with a vi-rus. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get this one taken
Viscous.
down. Yeah. So we had like a 6-minute conversation about that. It's on the audio only platform towards the end of the episode. So if you want to check it out, it's nothing crazy. We weren't saying don't take the you know what that they're forcing you to want to take.
Yeah. We just talked about doctors' opinions and that we've looked up.
Yeah. And
Apparent to them, that's misleading information.
just goes to show you that they do censor what you hear. I mean, you can't give your own opinion anymore.
Yeah.
Apparently, when it comes
And
to
we did say it
certain
was our
things.
opinion in there several times.
Yeah. And I have a disclaimer at the end of all these episodes.
Yeah.
But
Jeez.
nope. I think it was up for about half a day till I got that email. So I got this notification. I'll pull it up here. And I get an email from YouTube. I'm like, oh, cool, because it's got a little announcement in there. I'm like, something happened. And then it says, our team has reviewed your content and unfortunately think it violates which I didn't know this existed, but they have a medical misinformation policy. Must be recent. Maybe thanks to Joe Rogan. But they've removed that episode from YouTube. And so I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, yeah, we did touch on.
Well, I was sitting there thinking, I was
that a
like,
little
what
bit.
did we talk about? When you texted me this, I was like, what did we talk about? I'm trying to go back and remember. And then I was like, we didn't really say anything about it.
Apparently we did. And so I pulled this up. So I looked further down and it said, regarding this medical misinformation, says YouTube doesn't allow content that poses a serious risk of egregious harm by spreading medical misinformation about currently administered vaccines that are approved and confirmed to be safe and effective by local health authorities and the World Health Organization. So I got that and I'm like, okay, normally when it first gets taken down, it's just an AI taking stuff down. So
because you submitted it for a human to review.
I submitted for it to be reviewed again, and they basically said no. I got a warning; it wasn't a strike, luckily, but they said nope. We looked at it, and I don't know if a person did it because it came back fairly quick.
I doubt they did.
Yeah, it said no.
Unless they're using AI to go find this particular thing, and it takes them right to that spot.
Yeah. So if anything on your channel has co and then vid in it, they're probably going to take it down if you don't encourage
vids.
people to take the things.
Cool vids.
Yeah, right.
We got really cool vids.
Vid. Yes. So that was a disappointment. And
Yeah.
we mentioned how some doctors are finding out that it may not be the best
Yep.
thing to take those you-know-whats, and how, my sister said that her doctor actually tries to post stuff that gives you kind of
More
the
information.
truth and more information about it, and her accounts get deleted.
Yep.
So
It's crazy. They're
it's-
censoring you. They're not just censoring you on stuff that you probably need to know and research, but they're censoring you on letting it get out too, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, okay. So whoever says it's safe and fine, but probably not for everybody.
Yeah. Everyone's different. Everyone's unique. Everyone's different.
Yes.
So
I don't want to talk about that subject too much because I don't want this podcast to get taken down and I got to go through and
redo
it
all
sucks
this
having
again.
to re-upload it, and it takes forever. So yeah, I got it re-uploaded.
But we got censored. Thank you, YouTube.
Yep. And usually they censor us on guns.
Yeah.
Like they're very strict on the gun stuff that I do on YouTube. I've gotten a lot of videos taken down that were informative. How to build an AR-15. Shoot, should I even say that?
Armalite rifle.
Right? How to put something together that's adult Legos.
Yep.
And they took all those videos down. You can't even find videos. I mean, that's how I learned how to assemble one.
That's how I did too.
And so they're really strict on anything, obviously, Second Amendment, which we knew, but I had no idea about this.
Like the last 3 years, they really also cracked down on like hunting videos where it's showing you how you're hunting an animal or whatnot, cleaning an animal, which I would think that would be informational.
Yeah, we need to know how to survive.
Yeah, like I was like, so now they got a lot of like the big YouTubers that did a lot of their hunting and rifle and sport shooting. They've gone jump ship, unfortunately.
I even heard some cigar channels are getting their videos taken down.
Yeah, it's
Really?
crazy.
All right, so they're trying to take away our Second Amendment. We already know that they're trying to take away our First Amendment and really controlling what you see and hear. That's what sucks about the internet and the news is you get their opinion. That's it.
Yeah.
If you disagree with them or
You're not behind their ideology.
challenge whoever,
Yeah.
you don't have a voice, or you get
We
suppressed.
see what happens when they find you threatening.
Yeah. We don't want to talk about that either, because it'll probably get us sent to jail.
Yeah, we'll probably
If
be
we talk
indicted.
about that
We'll be
certain
indicted
day.
next.
Yeah, about that certain day in January.
Yeah.
Don't want to talk about that too much. So, kind of going along with them taking away our First Amendment and Second Amendment rights, I don't know if you guys heard, there's an update to this, but the governor of New Mexico
Yeah.
tried to put a 30-day ban on carrying guns in public. And she had this whole press conference on why she was doing it, because I guess some 11-year-old got shot, and there's been a lot of shootings there, just violence in general, especially in Albuquerque, and she's trying to find a way to prevent it. She was
claiming a state of emergency, wasn't it, on mental health?
Yeah, because she's like, if we claim a state of emergency, that gives us the power, and in her words, were to supersede the
Constitution.
The Constitution. She said the Constitution is not obsolete or absolute.
Man, like we were talking last week about schools and teaching, I think we need to go back and, instead of rewriting the Constitution, reread it and understand it.
Second Amendment's very short and pretty darn easy.
Yeah.
So it's most of those amendments.
Yeah.
But the fact that she mentioned, like, somebody there was asking her, do you think this is going to stop criminals from possessing guns? And she said no. But
what was the point of it?
She says, I hope this opens up the public's eyes.
Public eye that I need my gun to protect myself? That's all it's going to do.
And even if you had a license to conceal carry, it was for open and concealed carry, licensed or not.
No, you can't do that.
And she was it was for 30 days, but she was going to extend that, because as long as she declares it an emergency, she can extend it as long as she wants to. And there were people trying to argue with her during this interview, and she just kept saying that this is what she's going to do. There's nothing you can do about it.
This is scary. Yeah. This is a scary time to live.
In New Mexico, I know it's kind of borderline red or blue.
Yeah,
it's turned blue, but...
Yeah, but you also got to think what is south of there. The border.
Yeah.
And border security in this country right now is not great.
Well, and that's where you would probably want to have a firearm.
Yeah. Technically, I think in the Second Amendment, it states, like, if you're there to protect your property or land, and if the government doesn't do it, that's tyranny, and you can protect your land. So that means borders.
Yeah.
So...
Well, Texas put up that whole floating thing in the Rio Grande because they're sick of the government not doing anything. Yep. So they took their own measures, and now they're being sued by the federal government and Mexico because people don't like it because they can't cross it. They said it's too dangerous. Well, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
To keep people from crossing there.
You shouldn't be coming in here illegally. Come here legally, and we wouldn't have this problem.
And they're saying, oh, well, people have to go all the way around. Well...
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. This is kind of the point to keep people from coming over, and people in Mexico are saying this is preventing us for a sanctuary in the U.S. Okay, well, do it right.
Yeah,
cross over correctly, legally.
Yeah, there'd be no problem.
Yeah. So, kudos to Governor Abbott, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep those buoys there. But I mean, to his point, the federal government has been doing nothing about the crisis down there, so he took it into his own hands.
And that's what you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
So.
And you get into the waterway being kind of a.
Yeah, that'd be the interesting part. Is that international water?
International water.
So no one owns it.
Yeah.
So you can do what you want.
Or maybe put it on the side closer to Texas, because it was going right down the middle.
Oh, well. It's international waters. You can't say that you can or can't have something.
Yeah, I just laughed because they were saying people were getting hurt and had to go all the way around. Yeah,
darn.
Kind of the point.
Make it hard to come into a country.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing it illegally.
But this governor just blatantly is breaking the law.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And saying that you can't protect yourself at all.
That's sad.
Luckily, the sheriffs came out and said that they weren't going to enforce that because they didn't want their deputies to get involved in a civil matter that could cause issues. And there was an update I saw today on Fox News that a judge got a hold of it and kind of put a stop on it. So as of right now,
It's
you should be able to carry it.
yeah.
I know they were getting sued by like Gun Owners of America and all those groups and stuff, but a judge got a hold of it and has temporarily stopped
Let's
it.
give it to Mike Ross. He'll figure it out.
Right? Pretty quickly too.
Yep.
So yeah. So that came up, but now it's been stopped. But that doesn't mean she's probably going to keep trying it. Or what's to keep other states from trying to do
now
the same
other
thing?
states are going to, oh, look.
I'm surprised California hasn't done that.
Yeah.
With all the crime in Oakland. Because they
Jesus.
were wanting people to carry air horns.
Air raids.
Yeah. It's just getting crazy. Like common sense. You've admitted that it's not going to stop criminals
Yep.
from carrying guns. You're just stopping people from being able to protect themselves.
You're
from said
protecting
criminals.
law-abiding citizens.
Make it illegal for criminals to not carry guns,
Yeah, okay.
which it is, but they don't
Yeah.
listen to law.
Law doesn't abide to them.
Maybe make punishment more severe if you
Yeah.
shoot somebody or commit murder or crimes.
I know a lot of these third world countries, you go into their country illegally, guess what? You're not going to be living anymore. But
Yeah. Or you steal something, you get your hand chopped off.
yeah.
All these people raiding
mean-
Macy's and Nordstrom's would
I
probably
mean-
think twice.
This is something I saw the other day, and I really agree with it. Like if a dog attacks a person or a human or a kid, what do they do with a dog?
Put it down.
Yeah, so why aren't we doing the same for other predators out there?
Because it's inhumane, Chris.
It's inhumane to put down a dog. They're an animal just like you are.
Yeah.
They want to play that game.
Fair.
So, I mean, we're all animals.
Yeah. So not only that did we have, but I can't remember if we touched on this. I think we did in some podcast. I can't remember what it was, but California had this AB 28 bill, their Assembly Bill 28, where the wonderful governor of California is imposing an 11% tax on the sales of firearms and ammunition. So it's going to be imposed on dealers and manufacturers starting July 1st. So it's passed everything, just waiting for his signature. And of course, he's going to sign that. So that's an additional tax on top of all your other taxes that you pay. So you go to your dealer in California to buy whatever featureless gun you still can. And you're paying not only the state, federal, and whatever BS taxes. So let's say it's 10%.
Yeah. So literally now it'll be 21%.
Yes, you're going to have a 21% tax.
Oh my God.
And that's even if you go buy a box of ammo. You know how expensive that's going to make ammo?
Oh my gosh.
They're making it to where, yeah, we'll let you have these guns, but we're going to make it to where you can't afford them.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
And that's to go along with Biden's 1,000% sales tax that they wanted to do.
All they're doing is hurting themselves. Because I know here, if it's like a lot of our sporting goods stores and things like that, if it's ammo, gun, anything outdoors related, that goes into, the taxes go back into like our wildlife. So you can, for parks and wildlife, so you can do fishing, they'll make the lakes clean and everything. So all you're really doing is helping this outdoorsman, really.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that it applies to them, because
I heard that one of Newsom's ways to pass his ridiculous stuff was to say the stuff that they're charging, like this tax, is to go to efforts against gun crime or even maybe the environment, because he knew that was going to get struck down, and some other things too. But he's trying to find ways to brace for that. And there was something, I can't remember. I'll have to go back and we'll talk about it on the next podcast. But there was something that he introduced that was ridiculous, but he was trying to find a way that, but if I do it for this, it's fine.
yeah, because I know, like when I did my hunter safety course, I brought that up. Like everything you buy, like firearms, ammo, anything outdoors related, like Bass Pro, Cabela's, those taxes go back to Fish and Wildlife, and that's why your hunter safety courses are free. So it's kind of a good thing and bad thing.
Yeah.
Because it's given back to the people that are wanting to be outdoorsmen and whatnot and sport. So that I can agree with. Put that 11 spent right back into that and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because really all it's doing is helping sports people.
But that sucks. I mean, you go buy a box of ammo for $20, you're adding an additional 21%.
Yeah.
Depending on, and taxes may be higher.
Oh, it's probably
Whatever you're, I don't know
California.
what taxes are in California, but I'm sure they're not cheap.
Yeah, because they charge you for glasses like this. You can recycle and cans. The stupid CRV tax.
I'm sure they'll be like, oh, well, ammo, you can recycle that brass, so we're going to charge you extra unless you bring it back.
Yeah, screw you.
The boxes, the cardboard that it comes in, you can recycle that.
Yeah, because I know because I went and recycled, me with all my car parts, I went into and actually scrapped a lot of my stuff before moving back. And they were like leery about me doing that.
Because you had so much?
Because I had so much, and then I had like wiring harnesses for cars. Like, where'd you get this? And I was like, from a car that I had. Where's that car at now? In a box in a scrapyard.
Well, here's part of it.
Yeah. And they're like, well, why isn't this what it is? Because I was like, I was going to use it for spare parts for my car. It's a collectible. And like, nope, we can't accept this. Or they're like, we're going to verify what VIN did it come from? I was like, I don't freaking know. The car's gone.
Yeah. I mean, you get a lot of
Yeah.
people stealing like catalytic converters. So if you're a guy bringing in a box of those, you're going to get looked at, which they should.
Yeah, I was just like harnesses, engine harnesses is what I was bringing in, and like
maybe they thought you were going around
engine blocks, and
yeah,
I don't know, it was weird. Aluminum.
So Chris, what do you think of it on the rocks?
It's about the same. I didn't lose a lot of the spice.
You didn't? I thought
No.
I thought
It calmed it down, but it's not. I didn't get a lot of sweet either out of it. It tastes about the same.
I'm getting more oakiness on it, maybe.
You still get the spice though.
It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be, which is good.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a lot sweeter, but
You think you prefer it on the rocks or neat?
depends. If it's a really cold day, neat. If it's like today, I'd probably do it on the rocks.
All right, fair enough.
I'm all about the weather, what it is outside.
Right now
is
it's
like
beautiful.
This is a good like sitting by the fire, having a cigar, like
I'm
drink.
drinking it neat.
Yeah,
All right.
on a cold winter's night.
So my buddy Alan this weekend brought over Teeling Black Pit's peated single malt Irish whiskey.
Ugh.
So I mean, the bottle and everything looks
good.
pretty sick. Like I mean, that looks.
Yeah, it does look pretty sick.
It's black box, black bottle, and it's an Irish whiskey. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's try this. Oh my god, it's. I wouldn't say it's bad. It is just completely different than one that I was expecting, and than what I've ever had. It starts off with like a barbecue smoked flavor, and then you get this. It kind of turns flavors, and then you get this other smoked flavor on the back end. Like the back end, it's just like my wife described it as a Sharpie, but yeah, it's hard to explain. But it was completely different than I was used to, and it had. I mean, you could definitely up front not only smell. I mean, it smelled like freaking barbecue almost, and then just the after sitting on your tongue, just like you were just had smoke in your mouth. It was crazy. It was putting it on the rocks did not help. It's one of those that I told them, I'm like, this would be one that I would have a small amount neat once in a blue moon.
Yeah,
It's not one I'm going to
keep you drinking.
It's one that you're going to have that bottle for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe have your buddies try it just for something different, but it's not something that I'm going to
enjoy.
I mean, it's not one I'm going to have one a night or something like that, or once a week. It's one I'm going to have every
blue moon.
Yeah. But it's just,
or I'm going to mix the shit out of it.
that you have, like I said, you have your friends over and be like, hey, you want to try something crazy?
Yeah.
It was, I think he said it was like $70. I'm like, well, I'm glad I tried yours because I don't want to buy it. But it was just the smokiness was
That's weird.
crazy how it just it's not like we smoked it or anything, we smoked the glasses. It just had such a smoky flavor to it.
I also have that a lot of those Irish whiskeys have that peat moss smell and flavor.
Yeah, and this one had it, but that wasn't crazy. It was just that aftertaste just hung on for so long.
Yeah.
And it was like, do I like this? I don't know. So it was interesting, but
we should do another blind test here before too long.
Well, if we had that one, I'll know what it is.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna do terrible. I can tell you that.
Probably.
Because if we
do a list, we'll have a list like we did last time, so we kind of have an idea.
Yeah.
But I think we did Johnny Drum. I could figure that one out just because it is so different. Woodford, I don't know.
That was the only one we got right.
Yeah. I can't believe
I think if we threw Jack Daniels and this together, not even looking at it, and maybe Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace and Jack have all pretty close, similar profile and taste to each other. Because I thought Blanton's was Jack Daniels.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I don't have any confidence in myself, but we could try it.
Yeah, we should do it again. But with something totally like a totally different setup, maybe.
And different whiskeys. I mean, we got to have Jack Daniels in there just to see how
bad we do.
How bad it was, because we said it was the worst one out of the bunch.
Yeah, and we drink it every day.
Yeah.
That's our go-to.
Yikes.
They did come out with a new bonded rye. Did you see that?
I saw that.
Oh, I'm on the lookout now for that.
Yeah, I mean, what's the regular rye is 47%?
Yeah.
So.
And then the bonded will be that 90 proof.
100, right?
Is it 100 or is it 90? I can't remember. I think it's 100.
Bonded should be 100.
Yeah. But rye. Is it triple rye, though?
Come on, Chris.
Did they say triple?
Episode
yeah,
on
I know.
Bonded.
I can't. That was a long time ago. Is it I can't remember if it was a triple rye, triple bonded rye.
I just glanced at it.
Yeah. We got to find that.
Go for it.
If anybody out there finds it, want to send it to us, let us know. We'll be more than happy to try it.
Right. So I am so glad I'm not a Jets fan.
Yeah.
I was watching. Normally I wouldn't watch that game because I don't have an interest in either of those teams.
Yeah.
Mainly, I want Buffalo to lose because
I just want to see how the Jets were, because last year their defense was really good and their offense struggled. And I was like, you're giving them Aaron Rodgers that.
That's what everybody's like. Oh, there was such hype around Aaron Rodgers. He's going to turn this team around, and he's there. They're going to get a ring, all this stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's watch this. Monday Night Football. Runs out there with the flag. Little did he know that was his highlight of the night.
Yeah. I was sitting there like, I saw something about it. I was like, yeah, okay. But every time he plays the Chiefs, he's injured.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes has
never got to play Aaron Rodgers. And I'm like,
Yep.
Dang it.
So not this year.
Nope.
He's out for the whole year, right?
Yeah, as far as we know.
Man, it's like he was 0 for 1.
It was pretty bad for football this last week, though.
Surprisingly, the Jets still won. I was surprised.
Yeah, they were down big at one point.
They're
14-3.
Their defense. I expected the scoring, at least on the Bills, to be better.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen just kept giving them the ball back.
Yep.
The Chiefs struggled playing the Bills every time, but it's like, man, if you play us like you did with the Jets, we'll
put you to sleep as long as we have someone who can catch.
Right. He just was thrown to the wrong team the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised how low scoring that game was, and the fact that the Jets did win. I'm glad the Jets won because I did not want the Bills.
Yeah.
Since they're in the Chiefs division.
Yeah. The Bills lost. The Bengals lost.
We lost.
Yeah, we lost. I was like, okay, whew. That's kind of good to know.
Yeah.
Because I don't care about all these other mediocre or whatever teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Chris Jones coming back.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think
it'll help our defense.
It'll help defense, but our defense looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So
our defense did
14 points is all they allowed. And that stupid pick 6. That's the only reason why they won.
Yeah. So we'll see how our receivers bounce back against. Of course, we're playing Jacksonville though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah. Normally, a couple years ago, it's like, oh, Jacksonville.
Yeah. Now we got Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson being the coach. They've turned it around.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not picking them in my survivor pool. That's for sure. So Chris is really excited about this. He has been talking nonstop, and unfortunately, it's not about him buying a gun
or a bike. And it's the new iPhone. So iPhone 15 Pro Max. I don't care about 15 or whatever.
Right.
I'm all about the Pros and the Pro Max. So it looks freaking sweet.
So what makes you, other than the whole USB thing, what is drawing you to this one over?
The titanium case, so it's lighter. Also, the camera on it looks crazy, at least on the Pro Max, because they got that weird, I don't even know how to, it's like up to 120 millimeter. And they only have it in the Pro Max because I think it's of the size of this camera. And that the chip, this is the first smartphone that'll allow you to play like actual console and PC games because of the new A17 Pro chip. But I can't wait. I'm going to try to pre-order it.
Honestly, the only thing I would be excited about is not having this stupid lightning.
Yeah, the USB-C I think is going to be cool because they were also talking like you can charge things with your phone.
It's like a lot of the chargers for like these accent lights and a lot of stuff I use for the podcast and videos, everything takes USB-C. But no, then I got to go dig out and find a freaking
lightning cord.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And I also saw like they're plugging it straight into like if you're recording and doing like photo, you can do it straight into a storage device, which I was like, wow, that's amazing. So the only thing they didn't talk about and I wanted to know is about fast charging with it. They didn't touch that at all.
Yeah.
Which I'd be kind of curious. I would think they'd have to have fast charging with the USB-C.
Probably. I don't know.
I would hope. So.
Well, there you go.
Yep. 15 Pro Max.
When are you going to order it?
I can order it Friday. Pre-order it. It should be available in all other stores on the 22nd.
Man, you just got to sit here and wait.
I know. I was really hoping because there was rumors that they're coming out with a red for like the Pro Max or the Pros. I was like, oh, awesome. I want a red phone again. But nope.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Well, they got product red, but like I wanted like a red titanium phone because the titanium that was like one of the biggest leaks for the whole thing on the Pros and the Pro Max. But they got blue. So I can deal with that. It's the same colors I got now.
Well, most of us put on cases, so you're not going to see what.
Well,
color
we got
that
clear.
Is. Yeah, but I didn't get clear because when I got my phone, I broke my previous one, so I had to get a phone.
Yeah.
So the only color they had was purple or gold. I'm like, give me gold and a black case.
Yeah. Yeah, I love my blue. So, and they got blue, and I can't wait. And it's like a brush on the side instead of like the polished, and the action button. They got an action button, which I can't wait for.
Yeah, they removed the
mute button. Yeah,
that little.
So you can do
switch.
Mute still on it. You press it, but then you can also have it do an action, so you can take it straight to a camera, flashlight, or whatnot, and or your shortcuts, which then opens up all your apps.
Yeah, I don't mess with shortcuts a lot.
Neither do I. I was watching the guy do it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool because he had like certain apps in his shortcut.
Yeah, I'll watch like all these videos that show you all these cool tricks and tips that you can do with either your iPad or your iPhone.
Yeah.
I never use any of them.
I've got one on my phone. It was like where you could tap the apple on the back as like a button. It brings you to whatever you can set it as. Mm-hmm. That's all I've done. The cameras are sick.
So, time for you to start a YouTube channel now that you're going to have this awesome camera.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. I still got 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah. Last year, you made a goal list, and that was one that you didn't do. So you put it on this year's list.
Yep.
And it's looking like you're not going to do that one.
I haven't done it.
Because winter's going to show up, and then you're like, oh, it's too cold to do anything in the garage.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I got that new garage door. It's insulated now. Maybe. Who knows?
I'm going to say no. I mean, you won't even edit your poor wife's podcast.
We haven't done one in a long time.
Well, you did, but she decided not to use that one.
Yeah, so that's on her, not me.
She got a fancy new MacBook Pro.
I know.
Man.
I haven't even got to play with it. I've got a profile on it, but I haven't got to play with it.
Can I borrow your computer for editing?
It's slick, I'll tell you that. I really want one now, except I want the 16.
You know what you really need, and I know you want? 1911.
Yeah, I need one of those too. I don't know.
I got 3. I can order some more.
We'll wait and see what happens in the future.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I got this. I went to a motorcycle event on September 11th. It was like this, I guess, rally that they were having at Gales over in Grandview. And I was just going to go there just to hang out and walk around, check out the dealership, what they have. But they had there were hundreds of people there because they were eventually going to do this ride from there to downtown, the Memorial and stuff. I wasn't going to do that because I'm like, I don't want to go downtown and sit through that whole thing. But it's cool because they have cops, so it's basically everybody stays together. So that would have been cool. But I went up there and man, there were a ton of bikers, ton of bikes. It was awesome. And they had a concert and food truck that was mediocre. But one cool thing is I've been looking for a vest, like a leather vest. And the ones at the Harley Davidson dealerships are crazy expensive because it's got the HD brand on there and they don't fit right. And I've went to Cycle Gear. I don't like the ones that they have up there. They're just not good. Found one up there, and the lady like sold me on it, but it's freaking badass. I like it. It's got a spot to where I put a concealed carry gun in the vest without having to unzip it. Or if I unzip it, there's another concealed carry pocket in there.
Oh, snaps.
So I need to start carrying a gun when I have my vest on when I ride.
Yeah.
Probably my Glock 43 until I get my Hellcat Pro. Thought about my Glock 26, but it might be a little too thick to put in that vest.
Might
I don't know. I should probably try it though. The 43 is so thin and small. But that's a Joe Biden gun. I need something with more rounds.
Smith & Wesson MP 2.0.
Yeah, the one sitting up there.
Yeah.
Of course, with that grip, I don't know. We'll see. I'll just try out some different guns and see what fits in that vest. I'm like, hell yeah. Now I can start carrying when I ride my bike.
Yep. My boss just got back from a bike ride up in South Dakota, and he said he almost bought a bike. Indian.
Oh, an Indian.
Yep.
Which one?
I don't know. It had the bags, everything, heated grips.
Was it the Challenger?
Maybe. Had bags.
Was it similar to like the Road Glide? Like
Yeah.
the bagger bike they see?
Yep.
So it's probably the Challenger.
Had heated seats, heated grips, everything.
Yeah. That's one thing that Indian obviously has, and it has the liquid cooled engine.
Yeah.
And what I like about those bikes is the windscreen, the windshield goes up and down.
Oh, does it?
You can adjust it.
Oh, wow.
Which would be nice because I'm still trying to find the perfect size windshield.
Yeah, I watched that video the other day.
Man, I was going to get the large when I was returning that. I'm like, hey, the extra large didn't work. And I'm like, man, I don't want to get the large and it'll still be too big. I know I don't want the small, so maybe I'll just get the medium. Well, crap, I should have gotten a large. So I just sent that one back yesterday. So they're producing a large for me and should send it here hopefully soon.
I was probably like, God dang, this guy can't make up his mind. What the hell?
Well, that's why they send it. And like, as long as you don't remove this film, bring it back.
Okay.
It's hard to, depending on your seat and your bike and the setup, it's hard to tell which one you want.
Just wait. You're going to replace the seat, and now you're going to need an extra large.
Well, I can't. I'm going to need the extra. I have the extra large. I can't return it because I took the film off. Because I couldn't see through the windshield when I was riding. So I took it off, and then it was too tall.
Oh, snaps.
Yeah. Actually, but it does a good job. As long as, if I don't mind looking through the windshield, I just use that one, but I'd rather not look through the windshield just in case. But
just shrink down a little bit.
Yeah.
Get more in that, like, crotch rocket.
So, yeah, hopefully the large will work.
Yeah.
If not, then I just give up. I'm going back to a Sportster or something.
Trade it in.
Yeah.
Already? Go get a BMW. Let me know how it is.
I don't even know where you would find one here.
There's a place out in Grandview that does it, because I was looking it up when I was kind of looking.
I mean, kind of looking. You should be looking.
No, I got.
You know what you need to do is get the BMW and then give me crap for all the features that you have that I don't, like the adaptive cruise control
and the heated seats, hill assist, backup assist.
Honestly, I swear to God, you do not need a heated seat.
Yeah, you do.
Well, not on a Harley anyway.
Yeah, this is a liquid cooled bike.
Maybe, I don't know.
It is.
I've heard that, like, especially the bagger Indian that your guy was riding.
Yeah,
I was watching a video last night on that versus the Road Glide, and because of that, the way that Indian engine is mounted, and it's a little bit different. You don't get the vibrations.
Huh.
But some people like that.
I feel like I'd put my ass to sleep.
What I don't think I would like is the electronic throttle.
Yeah, but most cars these days have gone electronic throttle.
Yeah, but that's a car. This is a bike. Completely different.
Same
like
thing.
You want that instant. You don't want to delay.
It'll be instant. Throttle, it's more snappier with electronic.
Depending on what mode. There's sport mode, there's rain mode, there's regular mode. Sport mode, I've heard it's like too sensitive.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Why don't you try it out and let me know? Prove me wrong.
I'm good right now. That means I'd have to go get a license. And,
It's not that bad. It's a weekend, literally. And oh my God, you have to spend your weekend riding a motorcycle. Oh, poor you.
Oh man, I just don't have time right now. Kids are doing sports.
You're not in school anymore.
No,
So
but the kids are doing sports.
that's a
wife's
way
doing
to
school.
get out of going to a
I can't.
kid thing.
It's flag football.
So it's the NFL?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's bad enough watching these. He brings home his homework now for math, and I'm like, what in the world is this? I was like, why are you making this so hard? What do you mean, Dad? I was like, just do subtraction right there. He's got like drawing that out and doing like these triangles and tables. I'm like, what in the world?
You need to look in their history books and see.
Yeah, I asked him if they talked about 9/11 on 9/11.
I'm sure
I've been
they
getting
did.
a bunch of stuff on YouTube about it and never released videos. I was like, how's this never been released?
Right.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Remembering the days.
22 years ago.
Yep.
Crazy. I feel old.
Yeah, so do I. Somebody said something, and I was like, God, I feel old.
What's crazy, if that happened today, there'd be crazy amounts of footage.
Oh, yeah, because everyone's got it in their phone.
Yeah, back then, no.
Yeah, you'd be lucky if you had a camera on your phone.
Yeah, and you had a camcorder that took a tape.
Yep, and you might have been lucky to have the smaller tape, the mini tapes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the people that actually took the footage were...
Actually had camcorders and...
Yeah, it's like, man, you were fancy enough to have a camcorder.
Yeah.
Like, that was a thing. Not everybody had one.
Imagine now with all the like street cameras and everything too.
All the street cameras, and then everybody would pull
Yeah.
out their phones, and we'd have a lot more footage, but...
Yeah, that was crazy.
Probably a good thing we wouldn't have the 4K, because you want
Yeah.
4K of the people falling down. That would be-
Yeah, there's a couple of those camcorder ones that are showing people jumping. I'm like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would suck.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
That's your only resort is to
Yeah.
jump out.
Yeah, or burn to death.
I mean, that would be a hard decision.
Yeah. I don't know at that point what I would do.
I don't know. But that heat had to be
Had
to be bad enough to jump out from 100 stories up.
Yep.
Dang.
That'd be a hard decision. I would never want to make that decision.
Yeah. But I was watching on the Monday Night Football, the two
the
lights that they have go up. I'm like, man, those have to be some bright, powerful lights.
Yeah.
And where the cloud was, it just lit up this cloud. I'm like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I want some of those.
Yep. It's crazy thinking about that. Like, man, that was 22 years ago. I was a freshman in school.
Yep. Cool. We have a little bit different setup because I got to work on some videos for the other
I'm
channel.
about to say, you didn't talk about our wall back here where it's supposed to be BST10 to get
Right.
your tack wall discount.
No wall panels behind us, but if you've seen our other recent podcasts,
It's
tactical
there.
walls. Yes. They have cool concealment things,
Yeah.
shelves, mirrors, bunch of stuff. They have the mod wall panels, which are awesome as well.
Give them a shot.
Yeah. Check it out. Look at it. And then if you do buy something, use code BST10 for 10% off because that basically saves you your tax.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And yeah, you buy a ton of accessories or they got a bunch of stuff on there. Check them out.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you got to say?
Remember, this is a YouTube podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and tickle that bell. If you're listening on any other listening devices like Apple Podcast and Amazon Podcast or whatever you're listening to us on, remember to hit that follow button. With that, everyone, have a good one.